What's going on, Leo? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having an amazing week so far. So for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, your shares. Your support really does mean a lot to me, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy your higher self has brought you here. You are in for an amazing journey. Now, what I'm going to be doing this week is a tarot card reading for the week of December 6th through the 12th. You didn't see that. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me. Never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Gems are getting settled in. Vibrations are good. So the theme that we're going to be focusing on this week is self-growth and all the ways that you can get in touch with your higher self and just embody the best version of Leo that you and I both know you can be. And I'll be pulling 10 cards for that and be doing clarifications as need be. And of course, we'll be doing a good old surprise card at the end, because who doesn't love a good surprise card? And in case y'all were curious, I'm using the Astro Matrix Tarot deck. It's a modern and diverse version of the Rider White deck, so hopefully you'll enjoy it as much as I've been. And I included some links down in the description box below in case you wanted to check out one, get your own, pull with me, have fun with it, Leo. But let's go ahead and get into your first card here, which is going to represent the past. And just like what past experience have brought you up to this point here. So higher self, what are some past things that Leo's been working with at this time? Where does the past shape them? How's this journey been so far? Oh, okay. The Page of Pentacles. So with the Page of Pentacles, I feel like we've been at this place where we're trying to start something fresh here, and this could be for you, could be a project you're starting up, but I do feel like it's something we're in this place of wanting to breathe something new. We found, I feel like we've discovered a passion here, something along those lines that we're super excited about, and we're getting ready to really invest in this thing. And this is, we got this little goat back here. I think it symbolizes Capricorn back here, and I feel like this is something you're getting ready to put in a lot of work into, and something that you hold pretty near and dear to you. Because I love how she's looking at this pentacle. She's looking at it with just like this admiration. It's just like, man, I'm going to do some great things with this. So Leo, good start, especially with some self-growth. Let's look at yourself with admiration, because you are a project too, and you're the betterment of yourself. That is definitely worthy of admiration. Now let's get to your second card here, which is a present. Let's see where this energy is brought to you currently. Higher self, where is Leo at currently on this journey? How's this awesome energy brought Leo to this spot here? Let's see where we're at. Yeah, okay. Leo, look at you, the world. And I've been nice. And so I feel like for some, we're getting to this place of, we're getting ready to get to completion here. We're really starting to get like a broad picture of what we really want out of this thing. There's a certain clarity here, and almost like an assuredness that I'm really digging, Leo. I do want to get a little more clarification on the world. What exactly has That's fascinating, Leo. I like this. Let's see, higher self, can we clarify the world? What is what's this big picture that Leo's seen? I dig that. Okay. The Page of Wands, which is about being yourself, and really embodying that whole thing here. So I feel like whatever it is with this world stuff here, Leo, you're really trying to, I feel like, understand who you really are, and really getting a bigger picture of how that embodies. And now we're taking the steps for getting this thing here, because she's like, she's practicing her baton twirl in the air here. And there's going to be bumps along the way. She looks like she's about to step on that snake, and it's like, we want to warn her, but it's all part of the journey. It's going to shape her. It's going to make her better. It's going to refine those skills. So I do feel like, yeah, Leo, we're getting to this place where Good work. I mean, we might almost be able to call it here. But let's get into your third card. This is going to represent your higher self and how to get there. You know, how the universe has been guiding you so far. So so higher self, how is it that where are we trying to get Leo to at this point? You know, where is it that the universe is trying to guide Leo? And thank you for this. This has been and you too, Leo. Thank you for taking me along on this journey so far. Okay. So we have the Six of Cups in reverse here. And what I feel like with this popping up is that, you know, while we're doing this journey here, you know, we're going on the steps, you know, we've seen the big picture. We don't want to get, it's good to have that focus, but I feel like you don't want to miss out on the little opportunities along the way, because you have these little kids that are playing in this field, you know, they're having a lot of fun, enjoying the innocence and the joy that the simple things. And then you have this more mature figure on the side here. Oh, let me flip this up. The mature figure on the side that, you know, is not looking at these kids and thinking about what was, or, you know, like, oh man, I remember when. No, they're looking at like, man, I remember their journey and how I got up to that point, and then now they've taken the wisdom from this journey, and now they can appreciate their present even more. Even though they may not have their youth, you know, they still have all of this wisdom and all this love and all these experiences. So I feel like higher self is trying to get you to a place where you're making sure to appreciate these experiences along the way, to not just rush through this journey. You know, like how I was saying with the Page of Wands, we want to warn her to step on, you know, that she's about to step on a snake, but you know what? That's going to shape her, because maybe she'll miss it. You know, maybe she'll realize that, and then she'll do like a crazy flip and then learn some kind of cool trick. It could, however that's going to play out. But I do feel like higher self is just wanting you to get to this place of appreciating the little journeys, you know, and appreciate how you've leveled up. See where you were at the Page of Pentacles, and look where you got to. You got to the end of the major arcana train there. So bravo, Leo. You know, that's, yeah, definitely appreciate this growth along the way. Let's get to your fourth card here, which represents the challenge. You know, what is preventing you from kind of getting to this, to this appreciation? You know, what is preventing you from getting to your higher self here? Yeah, let's see, higher self, what is preventing Leo from getting to this journey at this time? Oh, okay, yeah. You got the Temperance in reverse. And I feel like with the Temperance in reverse popping up here, this is about finding that balance. You know, finding that balance between looking at the big picture here, and again, appreciating that journey along the way. Because this is a card, you know, you're creating alchemy here. You know, you just figure it's pouring in some fire, pouring in some water. It's this contradictory energy here. And you know, these symbols on this cauldron here, this is Leo energy here. Leo energy and Scorpio energy. So I feel like this is about, you know, taking that pride, and, you know, taking that big sun energy, and then, you know, merging with that transformative energy. And it's like really appreciating the alchemy that's happening here, Leo. I feel like it's about, we just need to find that balance, you know, of not wanting to rush the journey. Because if you, let's say your journey went just like that. We were at the Page of Pentacles, and then you blinked, and then we were done. It's just like, oh, is that it? And that seems kind of crazy, you know. And it's like it just sort of flew by, and then it's just like, well, what next then? You know, it kind of almost takes the air out of your tires a little bit, you know, or it kind of like deflates the whole experience, because now we've just like, okay, you wanted to get there fast, and now we're there, so what you gonna do next? And then it makes it so that we're losing that appreciation factor here. So that's all I'm getting with this energy, is just making sure that we find that balance again, to appreciate this transformative energy and this metamorphosis that we're going through at this time. Now let's get to your fifth card here, which is going to represent some environmental influences. So higher self, what have been some external influences for Leo at this time? What has, how's the environment kind of shaped Leo in this growth? Let's see what's going on here. Oh, yeah? Okay. Okay. 10 of Wands. So I feel like for some, maybe this need for wanting to to rush this experience. Is that maybe that we've been feeling like this has been a pretty because with lofty dreams, sometimes that comes with really big challenges. So maybe for some, we've been feeling like we've been getting beat up, that we haven't been, that it's just been a whole lot, and we are trying to rush through this thing. And then listen, I get it. This is this kind of stuff, when you feel like you're just like you're climbing uphill and you're holding all these wands on top of just getting assaulted by life, it can be very daunting. But keep in mind, this is Saturn in Sagittarius here, and it's almost like not necessarily wanting to restrict your optimism or your expansion, but to realize that this part here, this not so fun part here, this is the real stuff that's like on top of the fun stuff. This is where the compassion comes from. This is where the healing, when you go to spread that joy and raise other people's vibration. You got to have some hardships along the way, because otherwise you become where you can't relate. It almost makes you, it almost creates this kind of like disconnect from where you can't, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, where you're not as empathetic as you could be. There was something better I had for that, but my, words are falling right out of my head. And I feel like it's about, appreciating this hard stuff too, and I know that's a weird thing to say when you're in it, but when you're out, when you get on the other side of it, it's almost like this sort of like breath of fresh air. And then when you see someone else going through this thing, it's just like, oh, and then when you're able to lift them up, it's just like, oh, that felt good. And then they can go out and do the same. And then look at what you've done. Not only have you helped them out, you've gotten a little bit of something from that, because you realize a gift, how, a new skill has manifested in you. And then they're going to go out and do the same thing. And Leo, that's exciting. Like, I just saw your soul tribe grow. Just like that. You've already probably got 10 people by the end of this whole reading here. It's going to be, it's insane how that gift can spread and how that joy can spread. And especially for you, Leo, being that you're ruled by the sun. Again, I know I've told you this in the past. You have such a natural radiance that it really is. You can't keep the sun down. The sun is always going to rise, Leo, and that's where I feel like you're going to keep rising. Even through this adversity here. So just keep that in mind. Now let's get to number 6 here, which is going to represent some personal issues. So higher self. What are some personal issues that Leo's dealing with at this time? What are some fears, anxieties, maybe some insecurities that Leo's dealing with at this time? Let's see what's going on, Leo. Okay. So we got the Queen of Wands here in reverse. And I feel like with this, I feel like some of us are like kind of doubting our skills here, doubting our mastery, because the Queen of Wands here, this is Aries energy. And the Queen of Wands is about, she's like the cockiest of the queens for me. And she's not cocky in the sense of like, she's like, oh yeah, I'm just the boss just cause. No, she's the boss because she knows what she's doing. She knows how to manifest her energy. She's an expert. Because these sunflowers are representative of vitality, the fertility that she has. You got this wand here representing her control. You got some lion energy here. But Aries is the initiator of the zodiac. And so I feel like with this, what our insecurity is that we don't feel like we have mastery, that we don't feel like we have control over this ability here, Leo. And I don't feel like that's the case. That's something that mastery takes time. It's about putting in that work. It's like what I was saying here. If you just skip through all this stuff, then you are going to miss out on, how did I get better at this thing? How did I master these skills? That's where, I get that, let's get a little clarification on the Queen of Wands, because that's where I'm getting like a confidence issue right now, is that we don't feel like, maybe this almost even could feel like some kind of like imposter syndrome or something like that. Maybe you're feeling like you're faking something, or that maybe your skills aren't as grand as maybe it's being chalked up to be. But let's get a little clarification on that, because I don't think that that's the case, Leo. I know that you got mad skills, but let's see what's, higher self, can we clarify the Queen of Wands, please? Let's, okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, Leo, I feel there's an imbalance here, and I feel like it is, there's, it's between, I feel like it has to do with where where you feel like you are. I don't feel like you're giving your skills enough credit. You know, there's the doubt is winning, and it's tipped your scales, and it's thrown that sunshine energy off. You know, and I feel like it's about, again, you know, kind of. Look at that. You got two of my balance cards. You know, my highest balance cards here. So it is. I feel like it's about. It's about. Yeah, really kind of regulating that. You know, somewhere between, because there is a difference between, I feel like, being egotistical and being competent, because that's where, because even when I said the Queen of Wands is cocky, it's not in the sense of that she's just going around bragging like, look at me, yeah, you know, I'm the boss, you know, blah blah blah. No, she's just like, hey, this is what I'm gonna do with my energy. Bam, 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 bam. Watch me work. And let me put. She's the type that puts her money where her mouth is. You know, that's where I'm getting with the Queen of Wands, and that's where I feel like right now it's like trying to find that balance between. Not, you know, you want to be confident in yourself, but you don't want to come across as like overbearing or like, you know, braggadocious or anything like that. And that is a tricky place to be, Leo, especially being represented by the sun. I can see where, because listen, I got like 5 things of Leo in my chart, so it's you believe me, I get that, trying to find that balance. But it will come. You know, it's something that just it's practice. You know, you kind of get into this air, you see how people receive it, and then you just kind of work with that energy, play around with it. You know, yeah. Let's move on to your next card here. You got the 7th card is going to represent what you feel like you should do at this time. So what is higher self? What does Leo feel like they should do in this situation here? What is their Leo senses telling them they should do at this time? Oh, okay. So you got the 2 of Cups in reverse. And so I feel like what your gut is telling you, I feel like it's trying to find that unity between, kind of between this grand version of yourself. It's like, like between you and your higher self. You know, I feel like you're trying to figure out what that unity is, and I feel like you know that there's a disconnect there, but there's something that's just, I feel like, is getting in the way of that. You know, I do. That's what I'm getting intuitively with that. Let's clarify the 2 of Cups. I feel like you're aware of this thing, that there's a disconnect, but what are we? Let's get a little more clarification on that 2 of Cups. All right, so can we clarify the 2 of Cups? What is it that? Yeah, how did we get to this unity here? Huh? You got the Hierophant in reverse. So I feel like you're trying to find this balance of, you don't want people to, you want to be the person that you want to be the Hierophant upright. You want to be the type that people try to emulate or that people look up to. And I feel like you don't want to be at this place where people are like, where you feel like they should like, I don't want to say worship you, but like where they should be grateful for what you've done, you know? Yeah, I feel like you're trying to find, there's this balance here that you're trying to find between you and your higher self right now. And I feel like you know that there needs to be that connection there to really, I feel like, get the most out of that natural radiance that you have here. That's really what I'm getting there, because I mean, for both of these, yeah, because the 2 of Cups for me, usually that is something, it can deal with love, but I always feel like it's like first start with that self-love. Yeah, that's really what I'm getting with hopefully that makes sense. But I do feel like it's about, you're trying to find that balance with your gift there. But let's move on to your 8th card here, which is what you want to do. And there's a difference. You know, there's one thing to feel like, you know, that you want to get to this balance and get to this place. You know, you feel this imbalance, but what do you want to do with that? You know, what does that mean for you? You know, what actions do you want to take? So higher self, what does Leo, oh, okay, what does Leo want to do? Oh boy. I feel like you want to make a choice. You know, you want to get this thing figured out. You know, you want to figure out what direction it is that you should take. You know, I feel like I feel like there's like a whole bunch of ways that you can go about this thing, and it's almost getting to this place of being overwhelmed here. But you know, this is Leo, this is Venus and Scorpio here, and I feel like it's about like, you know, Venus, with this energy, I feel like it's about following your heart, because no matter where you pour this thing in at, you know, whether it be in castles, snakes, or beer, you know, it's about, you know, what's going to raise your vibration. You know, what is it that you know, what is it that you sticks true to you? You know, what is it that you find virtuous? Let's clarify the Seven of Cups. Now we're getting into a tricky realm here, Leo. Higher self, can we clarify the Seven of Cups, please? Let's see what's going on with that. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I feel like you want to get to this place where there's not tricky. You want there to be, so I feel like you just want the answer. You know, you just want to get to this place where you're not in this turmoil anymore, because that's what the Five of Wands in reverse is. I feel like it's about quelling that conflict, you know, really getting to where there's not so much chaos here, because I feel like this is really, you know, kind of weird energy here. I feel like we don't want to be at conflict with ourselves anymore in the decisions that we make. So I feel like it's going to be one of those things, is that you're just going to have to kind of sit down and really kind of evaluate, kind of meditate on this thing. You know, it's about who does Leo look like in this world? You know, what am I trying to embody in this thing? You know, what is it that, you know, visualizing your future self, you know, your higher self, however that looks, you know, the best version of yourself, and what does that look like? You know, how do they operate? You know, how can they get the most out of this world and do the most good in this world? And I feel like that's where the answer is going to lie, Leo, in this growth, because there is something, you know, extraordinary happening here. But yeah, I feel like there's just yeah, we're just trying to get that balance, Leo. I get it. You know, it's a tricky dance. But let's get to your ninth card here, which is going to represent some lessons. So what are some lessons that Leo can get from this experience at this time, higher self? Let's see what are some lessons that we can get out of this. Oh, okay. Page of Cups. And that's pretty much, I think I was just talking about that. Opening yourself up to this, you know, and realizing, you know, that there are many ways of going about this, Leo, and it's just about finding your path, you know, being receptive to where the universe and the energies are trying to guide you on this thing. Because if we've been feeling this resistance right now, it's because we've been working against our energy here, and it's time to, and it's tough, but it's just kind of like relaxing a little bit. If you're, you know, stay on your mission, to keep doing your steps, but allow and just kind of watch how the universe lets your things fall into place. See how the energy is, and then when you're met with that resistance, it's like, okay, maybe it's time to take a left, or maybe it's time to take a right, and see where that goes. You know, this, because I get where this is like, you know, I feel like you just want these decisions to be made. You know, you want someone to just like take the stress off for you here, and just like tell you where to go. But that's, you know, no one can tell you where to go, Leo. You got to open yourself up and just feel where the energies, you know, where you want to go. You know, where this energy is going to take you here. So that's what I got for that one there. Let's get to your final card here, which is going to represent some advice. So so higher self, what advice do we have for Leo at this time? Let's see, what advice do we have for Leo here? Oh, yeah, okay. King of Wands, and I dig that. I feel like this is about really kind of, because look, hubby showed up here. So now we got to, I feel like the advice is to just embody, again, picture yourself on your throne. Imagine you and your mastery. Look at you, look how sick your throne is. You got your lion's head here. You got these badass Komodo dragons. I mean, really, really kind of like visualize. Let's go ahead and switch back over. So yeah, I feel like really visual. Oh, it's glare time. one of the minuses of this new space is that it's when the sun's out, when your ruler's out, it's glare city. But it's fine because that's where we want to be. We want to get to the place where you shine the brightest here. You know, we want you to really visualize and sit down with that. You know, maybe write a vision board. You know, however that looks like. Fun fact. I just got this new deck. And oddly enough, the King of Wands, how funny, Leo, the King of Wands in that deck, the main reason I got it was I saw him and I was like, yeah, that's the one. And because that energy really resonated with me, and that's where I was like, that's the energy I want to embody. That's where I want to, that's how I see myself, how I want to, or how I want others to see me as well. And that's where I feel like this for the advice. Imagine not only how you want to see yourself, but how you want others to see you too. And then all of that, watch how this stuff here, all that unity and stuff here, higher self is going to line back up with you. And then everything is going to just be simpatico, Leo. So yeah, I'll leave that there. Hopefully that made sense. That was an interesting reading for sure, Leo. But I dig it. I dug it 100%. If we haven't already, let's do all the YouTube things. Subscribe, like, share. Check me out on Facebook. And I have another channel here. If you have any, because oddly enough, my sun sign is Cancer, but my rising is Leo. But if you have any Cancer in your chart, come over to the Chariot and Friends. You know, we talk things, and even if you don't have Cancer in your chart, if you just love kicking it with Cancerians, or you got friends who are Cancerians and you're trying to figure out how they work, come on over. We love the company because we discuss all things, discuss lunar shenanigans, whether that be what phase she's in, what moon she's in, you know, void of course, all that good stuff there, Leo. And you know what? Yeah, Leo, come on over because I would definitely like to see how Leos and Cancers kind of interact because, you know, Leos are represented by the sun, Cancer's represented by the moon. And so to kind of have those polar opposites kind of being, that may be a place too to where you can kind of find some balance. So, you know, mess with that energy as you will. All that's in the description box below. So definitely, if you get a chance, check that out. But let's get your surprise card here. Nice. You got the Five of Swords in reverse. And I like that. I feel like it's about, and I feel like in this case, it's about really kind of being open to different perspectives, you know. Maybe this is something where you're kind of looking for guidance, you know, maybe like kind of reaching out to your soul tribe, you know, to kind of get like, hey, I'm trying to embody this thing, you know, because sometimes, you know, again, take what resonates with you and leave the rest with them when you reach out to them. But sometimes when you're kind of brainstorming and sort of like, I got this vision of me, you know, I'm not sure, blah, blah, blah. Someone might be, well, have you tried doing this thing? You know, crowdsource. You know, you got the Seven of Cups here. You're worried about, you know, all the options and stuff. Crowdsource. See what little pockets of inspiration might that you might pick up. Because sometimes there are little nuggets. People just hand out gold to you, and it's just like, I never thought of that. Yes. So I'll leave that there, Leo. Stay safe out there. Keep raising that vibration, and I will catch you on the next one later.